What is up, Gemini? What is up? What's good? How y'all doing? What it do? It is time for your main monthly reading for August 2025. And months just keep clicking on by, don't they? August 2025 for Gemini. So, if any of you need to find out how to schedule a personal reading, you can visit my website, tarotwithrich.com. You can find that link in the description. And for those of you who just so happen to be catching this video on time, tomorrow is July 31st, and that is the last day that my course on the Beginner's Guide to Manifestation will be available. August 1st, that course goes bye-bye. The link for that's in the description of the video as well. All right, let's hop into this. Let's start this off with your love interest. The person Gemini is interested in. This is the singles too. Well, that's the intention I'm putting into it. I guess if you're already in a relationship but interested in somebody else, you can take it. But that's not a very smart position to find yourself in. So hopefully that's not many of you. This is mainly for the single Geminis and their love interest. Let's see what's happening. Anything happening, man? Anything good happening? Anything bad happening? Anything at all happening? Ooh, judgment. Huh. Is that a final fucking decision being made? Get 3 shuffles. There's 1, 2, and 3. Knight of Swords. All right. Wow, this is okay. Well, I was thinking it was gonna like go one way or the other. I was thinking either you're making a decision to fucking go for this, or you're making a decision to leave this and abandon this. But it's just saying that you're making a final decision not to abandon this. So, I mean, it still kind of looks like things are stuck at a standstill. Honestly, it doesn't really look like that offer is being made. Whatever offer needs to be made to get y'all to the next level, you know? Like, for example, let's say you're just in the talking phase. I did a reading for a client a week or 2 ago who said they were dealing with somebody they were in the talking phase with for 6 months. So, but whatever the next level is, that offer is not being made to take things to whatever the next level is for you. Some of you dealing with a Virgo. I also have Cancer. Looks like good communication, though. I mean, like good verbal communication, but it doesn't really look like it's piercing that next layer, if you know what I mean by that. Ooh, maybe some of y'all might be starting to suspect that this person is only interested in sex-based connections. Could be a Capricorn for some of you. I got Libra in here. Well, all right. Well, it doesn't really look like it wants to go much deeper than that, so let's dig into the good stuff. Let's see their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. What kind of person are they really? What do they want with you, really? Man, Ace of Wands reverse, though. I didn't ever happen to accidentally call you all Scorpio, did I? Why do I have Scorpio in my head so loud right now? I had to stop and think for a minute. Am I doing Scorpio? I'm like, no. Did I say that? Maybe, you know what? That always happens every time I wear my death card shirt. That happened last time I wore this shirt. I had Scorpio really loud in my head. I don't know if I said that or not, but, you know, my thoughts are really fucking loud. So if I said that, my bad. I didn't mean it. Or if I didn't, just ignore that. All right, let's see. Well, so with the Ace of Wands for this situation here, speaking of Scorpio, death card reversed. Oh, man. There always has to be a death card or a tower card reversed. So there's past person energy in this situation here. Every time I read a new connection or potential new connection, somebody is dragging past energy along with them. But when we have the Two of Wands reversed here, see, look at all this past person energy, dude. Look at all that. Look at all that. I think they don't know whether or not they want to move forward and find somebody new, or sit with their fingers crossed hoping to reconcile with someone from the past. Like I said, it could be a Scorpio. Also have Leo and Aries here. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. They do feel an abnormally strong connection with you, though. They just don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. They don't know who they want. This is the type of person that is just generally confused about life in general. And I mean, you got somebody confused about life in general. That could extend out and affect their love life as well. Because if you don't know where you're going in life, I mean, I don't think any of us really know exactly where we're going, but I mean, if you don't have a clear vision as to where you would like to go, or at least working towards some kind of goal of where you would hope to go, you know, I mean, we're all pretty fucking lost. We're all just a bunch of dumbass humans, but if you're just sitting around with your thumb up your ass and a cosmic question mark floating in the ether of eternity, and you're just floating along like a piece of driftwood saying whatever happens, happens, and I'm not even gonna try to make anything happen. I'm just gonna float along aimlessly. The likelihood that this individual is gonna have a lot of success in their love life begins to dwindle. Let's grab the advice here. What's the advice? What's the advice? Knight of Wands reversed. Don't ignore red flags. Don't ignore any red flags about this person. So, also, too, I think it would depend on... it would really depend on how this situation looks for y'all. So for those of you who are in the talking phase, this is hard to throw a blanket over this type of shit, you know, because every situation's unique and a little bit different. But to try to generalize it, those of you who are in the talking phase, I don't think the talking phase should last much longer than a month, right? Couple, 2 or 3 weeks. Isn't that enough time to figure out whether or not you want to be with somebody? Now, just to give it a courtesy month, 2 months, and that's pushing it. Okay, at some point, if we've been talking or hanging out, showing interest, dating, especially fucking, at some point before 60 days is up, preferably sooner than later, we're going to have the what are we conversation. What the hell are we and where the hell are we going with this? Are we doing this or are we not? Because there really are some people out there who will just leave you hanging. As long as you'll hang on, they will leave you fucking hanging. I see it. It's not the most frequent thing in the world, but it's not as uncommon as you would think in my line of work. I do see it fairly regularly. They'll leave you hanging. Like I said, just a week or two ago, I did a reading for a client who was still in the talking phase with somebody. 6 months. 6 fucking months. That's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. There's no excuse for that. Right? Every situation is a little bit different, a little bit unique, but 6 fucking months is just ridiculous. But some people will do that. For real. So just try to take that and apply it to your situation the best that you can, because, you know, we're going to be coming out of this damn Mercury retrograde. I know there's a couple other planets in retrograde, but as we begin to move out of some of these fucking retrogrades and shit, it's time for things to start moving a little bit faster for the last half of the year and the closing out cycle of the last big cycle, you know? So don't want to drag dead weight around for too long. All right, well, let's see what's due to come in next for the singles. Who's the next person actually due to come in? Oh, shit, Ace of Cups reverse. What's that mean? What does that mean? I think I know what that means, but I'm not going to say it yet until the rest of it comes out. Yeah, Empress reversed. For a lot of you, there's an energetic blockage here. For a lot of you, there's an energetic blockage. Now, you know, depending on your situation would depend on what that blockage is. The most common energetic blockage I see in my line of work is past energy. That's the most common. It doesn't have to be, though, but like I was saying a minute ago, you see that a lot. And the sad part about it is a lot of people think that they don't have any past energy with them because it's been so long they've forgotten about it. That's just like someone with childhood trauma thinking that they have no trauma just because it happened when they were a kid and they forgot about it. It's the same thing. Just waiting around till you forget about it, that doesn't mean you've released it. I don't want to open up that can of worms right now, though, unless it keeps coming out. I'm going to try to avoid that topic. But there is some kind of energetic blockage here. For some of you, though, it's just like general anxiety and trust issues and just nervousness in general. You know, just nervous about, you know, meeting a flaky, shady person. Nervous about catching feelings for somebody and having them stab you in the back. Nervous about getting taken advantage of, used, abused, manipulated. So, but for a lot of you, I don't see any big, major, prominent miscellaneous contracts due to come in. For a whole lot of you, that's your person. That's your person right there. And like I said, this I think would be the energetic blockage. The question is, what's causing this? I can't really generalize that. It's going to be different for every one of you. Past energy, whether you're aware of it or not, just general anxiety. So honestly, you're probably going to have a few different options to choose from, but I think they all make you just a little bit nervous. So you might just kind of choose to go in hermit mode and, you know, not really settle down, not jump in head first with anybody really. Because I think you got your guard up, a little guarded, a little bit nervous. Every time you connect with somebody new, something makes you nervous, something triggers your defenses. So you're just kind of withdrawing and you know, saying, everybody stay away from me. I'm just going to go do my own thing. Kind of like hanging out in the shadows a little bit, you know? So, okay, that's a weird message. It's not that I never see it. It just doesn't come out like that very often. But when the Ace of Cups reverse comes straight out, when I'm asking what's coming in next, that's a blockage right there. And then when we got 9 of Swords, 9 of Wands, Okay, well, what the hell should I read then? That throws a monkey wrench in the flow when that comes out like that. I guess let's just look at the overall general outcome for the singles. Overall general outcome for single Geminis. I keep thinking Scorpio. Am I calling you Scorpio? Why do I keep thinking Scorpio? Single Geminis. Either that or there are a bunch of you dealing with a Scorpio, possibly. I don't know. But it just kind of seems like that happened the last time I wore this death card shirt. What's the overall general outcome for the single Geminis? Queen of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Pentacles reversed. So, Judgment reversed. Ace of Cups reversed again. So, ooh, we got that 10 of Cups down there, though. And it's at the very, very end of the line, though. But we also got the 9 of Pentacles. So this kind of feels like there may be one particular person that you decide to not really get with, but kind of like lock eyes on and kind of talk to a little bit, keeping them at an arm's distance just to see. But, you know, I just really don't think you trust the situation. So you're kind of staying back, kind of hanging back, kind of staying away, and just kind of sticking to yourself. I don't really think any love offers are being extended or accepted. 9 of Swords again. Huh. Okay, well, such a weird message. What's the advice for Gemini? Single Geminis, what's the advice? 7 of Swords reversed, man. Well, I'll tell you what. And I don't really think a lot of you really need this advice. Not really, but don't spend too much time trying to figure a connection out. I think I gave you all this advice a few weeks ago. But don't spend too much time trying to figure something out. If something feels off about a person, anytime you meet anyone, it doesn't matter who it is, anytime something feels off about a person, it's going to mean one of 3 things. Just 3. Either A, your intuition is picking up on the fact that something is off about this person, right? B, you're broken. You're fucked up. You're traumatized. You're unhealed. So you're projecting your own shit onto them. Or C, the 2 of you are such a vibrational mismatch that you're not even capable of connecting with them at a deep enough level. So the 2 of you aren't even capable of picking up what each other's putting down because you speak completely different vibrational languages. It's going to be one of those 3 reasons when something feels off about a person. Which one of those is the best reason? Which one? Which one of those is the best reason to lay a foundation with somebody? None of them. None of them. What everybody thinks would probably be the best reason. The reason why most people sit and overthink it is because they're thinking maybe it's B. Maybe it's just me. Okay? Let's dig that up a little bit. Let's say it is you. Okay? You're just going to sabotage that connection with your own insecurities anyways. right? Well, what if I work on healing myself? Okay, let's go down that route then. The primary law is the law of vibration. The secondary law is the law of attraction. You only attract in according to the frequency in which you vibrate. So if I'm vibrating at a frequency of emptiness and brokenness, the only thing I can do is attract a person who matches the frequency of emptiness and brokenness. And like I said, if we go through with that, the energy of emptiness and brokenness is going to manifest between the two of us. But what if I start doing inner work? What if I really start doing a bunch of healing? Well, I'm going to make a vibrational change. And if I really do it properly, it's very, very likely that I'm going to make a vibrational change and they're not. So we won't even be a vibrational match anymore. See what I'm saying? The point I'm making is when something feels off, I'm not saying just act on impulse and book it and take off running. We're humans. It's natural. We're going to try to figure it out. But very, very frequently, you find yourself in a situation that you can't figure out. Can't quite put a finger on. I can't tell if it's you or if it's me or if it's us. And then if you just find yourself lingering in that energy and thinking it and overthinking it and overthinking it and overthinking it and overthinking it, after a certain point, it doesn't matter why it feels off. Something feels off. So I don't think we're a vibe. Doesn't matter why, it just feels off, right? So, okay. I think a lot of you are being prepared for some fucking blessings anyways. A lot of you. A whole lot of you. The likelihood that you're going to need to consult an individual who knows how to talk to the universe when you meet your actual person is very slim. Very slim. All right. Let's see what's going on with the good old past person. Gemini and the past person. What's happening between Gemini and the person from the past? What's happening, man? Gemini and the person from the past. Chariot reverse. Some of you dealt with a Cancer, possibly. Ooh, Eight of Cups reversed. World card reverse, real strong feeling of unfinished business. I'm kind of feeling like there's going to be a very brief on and off reconnection between the two of you. It's not really telling me exactly how it's happening. I don't know if somebody's reaching out or if y'all bump into each other out in public somewhere, but Knight of Wands. This is a reconnection right here. And then in addition to the Knight of Wands, we got the repeat cycle card and the Seven of Swords. I think there's going to be a very brief reconnection. And it's going to be a start quick, end quick, on and off type deal, dude. It almost kind of feels to me like this person is testing the waters and playing just to see where they stand with you. With the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Emperor reverse. Could be an Aries for some of you. Testing the waters. Just seeing if they can play with you. Seeing what they can get away with. You know. Well, let's see what their true feelings, energies, and intentions are. Person from the past Gemini's dealing with. What are their deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? What are their deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Emotional manipulator. So just in case you're wondering, they haven't changed. Just in case you're wondering. Most of the time, when somebody from the past comes back, they haven't changed. And as weird as this may sound, just the fact that they're coming back proves that they haven't changed. Because the more actual healing that you do, the more genuine growth and evolution that you do, just generally, the less interested you become in revisiting the past. As you start to grow and evolve and heal and become, a more advanced version of yourself, a higher vibrational version of yourself, the likelihood that you're going to want to go repeat something from the past or revisit anything from the past is slim. I'm not saying that it can't happen. There's a few exceptions to that. It's just not very likely. But no, I think that they're still on some bullshit. They're still on their same old little bullshit, and they just gonna see what they can get away with. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. They want to see if they can still play with you. All right, well, that was quick and easy. Let's get the advice then. Advice for Gemini. What's the advice? Hangman reversed. Okay, well, I do think, in the Eight of Cups, I do think that for a lot of you, a conversation could be very beneficial. So, no, first of all, this person hasn't changed, but you know what they need to see? They need to see that you have. They need to see that you have. Even if you did want to reconcile with somebody from the past, if both of you don't change vibrations, it won't work, because the primary law is the law of vibration. So if you have been healing, growing, and evolving, and they haven't, the only way the two of you can come together is one or two ways. Either A, they raise to meet you, or you drop back down to meet them. And what a lot of low vibrational people do when they start seeing somebody making their way up the mountain is they try to grab you and pull you back down. Don't let that happen. Let it be known. Keep that guard up. Let it be known that if you want to be a part of my life, you got to come up here. You got to come up here. You keep them at that arm's distance. You ain't pulling me down there. Don't let them coax you into an argument. Don't let them get any kind of negative reaction out of you. When you're dealing with a past person, this is a real specific piece of advice that most of the time I only give it for a past person. Somebody you've had history with. We've already been around the block. We've already had these arguments, We've already repeated this cycle. Just ghost them. Just ghost them. If you feel them playing the same old game they always played in the past, they're doing the same thing that they did in the past. You need to do something different than what you did in the past. So if they start playing the same old game, you need to shut that down. Just ghost them. Block. Stop responding. As soon as they say that one thing that they always said that digs under your skin, that little covert, clandestine, backhanded compliment that just digs up under your skin, that most people would think is just totally harmless, but it's designed to trigger you in a very covert way and make you look like the bad person, don't even do it. Don't even do it. Just don't respond. Just don't respond at all. Just don't feed them anything. Don't do it. If anything, if you start feeling that happening, I would at least send them on their way with love and light. At least. Or just ghost them and don't give them an explanation. They don't need an explanation because they already know what they're doing. And yeah, they'll probably try to guilt trip you and shame you, and you can think what you want. You can think in one hand and shit in the other. I know what my intentions are. I know where my heart is. I know where my energy is. It doesn't matter what you think. The universe doesn't give a fuck about your opinion of me. The universe gives a fuck about what's actually happening in my heart and mind. You can go think all you want. Go tell everybody. Go tell it on the mountain. Blowing smoke up everybody's ass. I don't give a fuck. Block. Later, tater. Shed that vibrational weight, dude. Shed it. All right. Well, that was a interesting message. Anyway, I feel like those were the messages that my Gemini family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is on my website, tarotwithrich.com. You can find that link in the description. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.